Welcome back to our channel, where we talk about how the old theory of Stoicism can be used in real life. Today, we're going to talk about something that happens to all of us, disrespect, and how Stoic principles can help us deal with it in a mature way. So let's start. 1. Don't lose your inner peace. Stoics often quote Epictetus, who said, "People are upset not by things, but by how they see them." This quote shows that our responses are based on how we understand what happened, not on what happened itself. Stoics said that what makes us feel how we do is not what happens outside of us, but how we see what happens. Disrespect, for example, is not upsetting in and of itself. What makes us upset is how we see and judge it. When someone treats you badly, it's important to remember that their actions are based on their own thoughts, feelings, and opinions, not on how valuable you are. This knowledge can help you keep your inner peace by keeping you from letting their rudeness throw off your mental balance. 2. Think about yourself. Marcus Aurelius tells us to look inside. The quality of our thoughts determines how happy we are in life. Stoicism urges people to think about themselves and look at themselves. The Stoics thought that being able to think about and analyze one's own ideas and actions was a key part of being wise and improving oneself. It's important to think about yourself when you're treated badly. Ask yourself things like, is there any truth to what the person said or did? Did anything I did or say make this problem worse? How can I react in a way that fits with my values and virtues? By looking at your actions and the situation clearly, you can learn more about what happened and how you played a part in it. By thinking about yourself, you can react to disrespect in a more thoughtful and helpful way. In conclusion, practicing self-reflection when you're treated badly is a Stoic way to make sure that your answers are based on good sense and not just on how you feel at the moment. It helps you learn from what happened and helps you grow as a person. 3. Don't act on the spot. Seneca says, "When you're angry, know that it's not just a bad thing right now, but that you've made it a habit." Stoics think that self-control and being logical are very important. They say that acting on impulse because of strong feelings like anger or rage often leads to bad choices and needless pain. When someone treats you badly, the silent method tells you not to react on the spot. Instead, stop for a second and gather your thoughts. This break gives you time to calm down and gives you the chance to react in a more measured and thought-out way. By fighting the urge to respond right away, you can better follow the Stoic principles of knowledge and self-control in how you act. When dealing with disrespect, this method often leads to more productive and less emotionally charged conversations. In conclusion, not reacting on the spot is a key Stoic strategy for staying calm and making smart choices when disrespected, which leads to better results and personal growth in the long run. 4. Be kind. Be kind. Stoics say that we should try to see things from the other person's point of view. Epictetus said, "Don't look for the good in other people or things. Look for it in yourself." Stoics think that everyone is connected to each other and that knowing other people's thoughts and feelings can help people get along better and help them grow as people. Stoicism says to show concern when someone treats you badly. Try to think like the other person and see things from their point of view. Think about things like their past, what they've been through, and how they're feeling right now. By putting yourself in the shoes of the rude person, you can figure out why they might be acting this way. Try not to get defensive or angry. Instead, reply with kindness and understanding. When someone treats you badly, it fits with the Stoic beliefs of wisdom, kindness, and self-improvement to show empathy. It lets you react to difficult situations with more balance and kindness, which helps you build better relationships and grow as a person. 5. Think about being good. Focus on being good. One of the most important Stoic ideas is to develop good traits like knowledge and bravery. Seneca says, "There is nothing else but right reason that is virtue." Stoicism puts a lot of weight on doing good as the most important thing in life. Virtues are good character traits that lead to a successful and happy life. Stoicism says that when someone treats you badly, you should focus on being good in your reaction. This means you should think about how you can act in a way that fits with your Stoic values and virtue. Stoicism encourages you to react to disrespect in a way that supports your moral beliefs, keeps your integrity, and helps you grow as a person by focusing on virtue. It's about trying to be the best you can be, even when things are hard. 6. Taking it in. It's okay. Stoicism teaches us to accept that people will treat us badly sometimes. Epictetus said, "He is wise who doesn't worry about what he doesn't have, but is happy about what he does." The Stoic contrast of control says that we should work on and worry about things we can control. We can't always control what happens outside of us, like how other people act. So, acceptance is an important part of keeping your inner peace. Stoicism says that when you are treated badly, you should accept that this is a normal part of life and move on. You can't stop or change it completely because you can't control what other people do or how they feel. 7. Funny. Humor can be a strong tool at times. Seneca said, "You become your own master when you learn where you shouldn't wear the mask of tragedy." Stoicism stresses self-control and logical reactions, but it also recognizes that comedy can help people deal with tough situations. When someone disrespects you, humor can help you keep your emotions in check and avoid getting too angry or upset. Using humor can be a way for a serious person to answer well. You can choose to reply in a way that makes the situation more fun, instead of getting angry or defensive. Humor should be used carefully and only when it's appropriate, but it can be a useful Stoic tool for dealing with disrespect in a way that leads to a better, more peaceful result. 8. Set limits. Put limits in place. Stoicism tells people how important it is to keep their pride and honor. Stoics focus on controlling themselves, but they also know that it's up to them to set and express suitable limits. Stoicism says that when someone treats you badly, you should tell them quietly and firmly what your limits are. This means letting them know what kind of behavior you don't like and what you expect from them in terms of respect. Stoic ideals of self-respect, fairness, and courage are in line with setting limits. It lets you protect your safety, keep your honor, and make sure you're not treated badly over and over again. Stoicism doesn't say that you should passively accept bad treatment. Instead, it pushes you to take action to keep your dignity and self-control in tough conditions. 9. Letting go. To forgive. Stoics say that you should forgive someone not for their sake, but for your own peace of mind. Seneca said something very wise. To forgive everyone is just as bad as to forgive no one. Stoicism stresses how important it is to be calm inside and to live in a good way. Forgiveness is seen as a way to get this peace of mind, since hanging on to bad feelings can be bad for your mental and emotional health. Stoicism says that you should think about forgiving someone who treats you badly. This doesn't mean you have to agree with or excuse the rude behavior. Instead, it means you have to let go of the bad feelings you have about it. Stoicism says that to forgive someone, you have to realize that hanging on to anger or bitterness hurts you more than the person who did you wrong. Self-compassion and personal progress happen when you decide to let go of these bad feelings, putting your attention on going forward with inner peace and calm. Stoicism says that forgiving someone is a way to put your own mental and emotional health ahead of having a grudge. It fits with the conservative idea that you should focus on what you can change and let go of what you can't. By accepting, you free yourself from the weight of anger and bitterness. This lets you keep your peace of mind and move on with a more positive attitude. 10. Point of view. Point of view. Think about the big picture. In the big picture, most acts of rudeness aren't that big of a deal. Marcus Aurelius said, "Our life is what our thoughts make." Stoicism teaches people to take life's problems in a reasonable and fair way. Disrespect is seen as one of these problems, and keeping a calm mind can help you deal with it. Stoicism says that when someone treats you badly, you should look at the bigger picture. Realize that most acts of rudeness are small and short-lived compared to the rest of your life. Perspective means not overstating how important the rudeness is in the long run, not dwelling on the event too much, and not getting stuck on the disrespectful behavior. Instead, focus on your goals, values, and what really matters in life. Stoicism is a way of thinking that helps you keep your cool when people treat you badly. It helps you keep your mental balance by making you aware that most acts of disrespect are short-lived and shouldn't have a long-term effect on your well-being. By keeping an eye on the bigger picture, you can handle these scenarios calmly and wisely. Now you know how to deal with disrespect in a calm way. Remember that Stoicism isn't about not feeling anything, but about using your feelings carefully. By following these rules, you can keep your inner peace and be strong even when people treat you badly. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out our ebook about Stoicism and how to use it in your own life. Subscribe to get a dose of Stoic knowledge and growth every day.